up, man? It's your boy Lou Dizzle out here in the garage with my buddy Sydney, and we are tearing apart the caliber a little bit to get my power wire ran from the battery up front to the back through the firewall. So we're gonna have to use a nice little hole saw to get through the firewall, because Chrysler was not gracious enough to provide a grommet hole, so we're drilling one. And then I'm probably going to replace this chinty little ground wire here. It's more like a strap.
No, this one.
Yeah, I'll replace that one and that one also too. At least get two of the big three knocked out. I can't really get to my alternator to replace the power wire, but going to be installing that little amp there, the Technix AT800.1, and I got my Technix RCAs there. I got some remote wire that I just picked up. Going to be installing these here, guys, the Technix Tropos 10s. Can't see any light back there. I'm starting to run the ground and stuff already. So I'll be tearing the head unit out here shortly to run the RCAs and the remote wire, while my buddy gets the hole saw ready to go through the firewall there. Then we'll run the Technix 1.0 that I've already started prepping over here. Got my nice compression crimps and stuff like that. Technix fuse holder. So that should be enough to get me back to the tiny little Power Wheels battery that I have. It's excess power, this little tiny guy right here. But, you know, it's only rated at 800 watts at 12 volts, so if I can keep it around 13, maybe 1,000, so definitely having that battery will help. So I'll update you guys once we've made some more progress. If you look real carefully right there, we got a hole drilled by Mr. Sydney himself there with a hole saw. That should be plenty of room to fit 2 runs of 0 gauge and a run of 4 gauge, and anything else that I need to run through the firewall. Screw you, Chrysler, for not putting that in there. Probably not going to be able to see much in here. I got the well, you can see it's torn apart. We got the negative off the battery, so I got no interior lights, but I got the head unit out, and you might be able to see there the RCAs. I'm gonna start labeling them, so it's pretty nice. We're tag teaming it out. Back here in the back, you might be able to see, well, a little bit. I got the ground about ready to go in, so yeah, we're banging out work. He's got the trim panels off the side of the car there to run the run of 0. So yeah, we're doing work. So I'll update you guys when we made some more progress. Alright, man, making more progress here. Got the head unit back in, roughly. None of that stuff in, because all that stuff goes in after you know everything works. Got all 3 sets of RCA. Got the remote tapped into the back, so it's ready to get hidden up in there. We got our ground wire fixed to the body there, figuring out how the battery's going to go. Definitely not like that, because no, you want to put it this way and then the box that way. Try to keep as much trunk space as I can. Slide it up a little bit. But yeah,
On a bump.
That's fine. I got some L brackets and stuff like that. So we successfully got through the firewall. I used some couple layers of deadener as kind of like a grommet for that hole. We didn't hook the power back up yet, but so the 0 gauge is ran down the left side of the car, and we'll also be running the remote telephone wire for the bass knob. And yeah, so now we're running the RCAs down the right side of the car with the remote, and we should be playing here real soon. So I'll update you guys once. Alright, so a little update for you. We're getting real close to the end. We got our 0 gauge ready to battery post there and ready to hook our ground back up. Fuse block is mounted there, real nice and secure. 0 gauge is ran through the car along this side, along with over here it's got the base. We put the base knob there because all this is metal, so we didn't want to go there. So let's see, I'll mess with that when the light's on. So this is what we got going on in the back here. We got the little itty bitty excess power XP750. We got the amp mounted up there. Subs are wired into the speaker outputs. We got our lovely Audio Technix RCA here, which I'm probably going to tuck the rest of the slack in here. And if I pull this up, you'll see that, well, I'm going to do this so you can see. I've got the other two pairs of RCAs taped off in there. So that way when I get mids and highs amp, the RCA is already there. And they are plugged into the back of the head unit and they're taped off because that'll blow your Pico fuse if the positive, the RCA grounds out and there's no ground for it. It'll blow and then it'll sound like crap and all that stuff. So we're getting real close here. This is what we did to mount the battery. I think it's going to be pretty sufficient, you know. I mean, it's ghetto, but not ghetto at the same time, because that battery is not going anywhere now. It's got 3 brackets, one over there, and right there. So we got our 0 gauge ground and 0 gauge power coming up from the front of the car, and that breaks out into 4 gauge power and ground, because that's what that amp accepts. And yeah, so hopefully I'll get a mids and highs amp in here soon too, because you know. But anyways, this was about to have a little bit of bass. Got our Audio Technix speaker wire. Man, there's a lot of Audio Technix in this setup, so you know, everyone knows that Coleman makes good stuff. So yeah, we'll get to check it out here soon. So I'll update you all the time. We got the brackets. Got the brackets mounted there. The box is real stable. I got to put that trim piece back on, but you can see some of the deadener from when I did that before. So when the seat's up, you won't get to really see anything except the box and the subs there. Everything's hidden behind there. Speaking of, we got to tuck that 4 gauge somewhere. Get that excess there. But this is what we did. It's not a massive setup by any means, but definitely enough to get bumping. We left a lot of coils, like you see the direct leads there. We just left some of that because for future expansion. We got the excess power battery there with the, you know, we just made a little cage for it with some L brackets, and that bad boy ain't going anywhere. So you guys got to find somewhere to tuck the rest of that 4 gauge here. And so basically all we have left now is to hook the power back up to the battery up front and put some more trim pieces back, and we'll be bumping. So I'll update you when we're at that stage.